What is your creepiest stalker story? I have had a friend from high school who definitely fits into stalker territory. Basically, it was common knowledge that he had a thing for me. I kept rejecting him, first more subtly and then just downright, no. Never. Not going to happen. Ever. I figure whatever, we're in high school, he'll get over it. Eventually, I'm in my senior year of college. His sister goes to a university a bit south of mine, whereas he's a bit north. They ask if they can meet up at my place and stay the night, so we can all get together and visit again. I say that sounds fine. Things go pretty well, eventually they both leave. My roommates have some of those magnetic letters they keep on the fridge, which I don't pay much attention to, but the morning after he left my roommate is obviously reading something. She turns to me asks me if I wrote this. I read it, and it's this ridiculously over-the-top love poem. I'm immediately horrified because I know exactly where this came from, my roommates are laughing their asses off. A few days later, I get an email from the guy. He talks about the poem, and how he woke up in the middle of the night and saw me reading it and how hot that was or whatever. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck he could have seen me reading a poem I never saw until after he'd already left, when I remember that his sister had dyed her hair the same color as mine, so without his glasses he must have mistaken her for me. More time passes while I try to avoid the guy in the hopes that he'll get the message I've been trying to impart on him for years now. I start looking at jobs abroad for when I graduate. Guy sends me this email about how if I'm going to move abroad we really need to get married so that he can justify following me to his parents, and how he's going to need me to support him when he does follow me because he has no desire to learn the language of the country I'm planning on going to. He figures this is a mutually beneficial arrangement, as eventually I'll be able to profit off of the tax deductions one gets from being married, so even though he knows I'm not interested in him this is clearly the most logical option for me so I don't wind up dying sad and alone after paying full taxes for my whole life. It devolves into this ramble about how he hates characters in TV shows / books who do the whole, I just want the person I love to be happy, whoever that's with, because he thinks it's more logical for them to just kill that other person and narrow the love interest options. I reply to the email, completely pissed off and more creeped out than I ever have been in my life. He seems to get the message, apologizes, and I cut off ties as best as I can. Most of our friends are mutual, and I'm pretty close to his family. He gets a girlfriend. I figure this is good, maybe he's moving on. She adds me on Facebook and starts talking to me. She goes on about how the sex is amazing and I'm really missing out, and how I should really just sleep with this guy. I tell her I'm in no way interested. She goes on about her other boyfriend back home, and how all 4 of us could get married together on the same day. Completely repulsed, I block her. It's been 3 years since then, and now he's back in my hometown, and moved in with the only 3 close friends I have from high school. They seem to think he's finally over it, so I can only hope.